Welcome, I'm Cassandra, and this is your general and love forecast for July 2018. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Okay, so for our first card, this is Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Sagittarius Risings. So this is definitely a card where we are focused on our home life. Maybe we might be focused on a marriage. Some of us might be focused perhaps maybe on our children. Some of us could be focused on an actual home structure. Some of us could be focused on our overall prosperity and happiness. Now this is a very good, positive card. So this definitely indicates that, there's a reason to celebrate. There's reasons to feel grateful and thankful. Sometimes this can indicate, that there could be a wedding. Sometimes this can indicate a honeymoon. Sometimes this can indicate that, we just have perhaps maybe gotten a home or, finally moved in somewhere and settled in. Maybe some of us are having a housewarming party, so to speak. For some, you could be having a celebration. Maybe one of your children might be graduating. But no matter what, there is a reason to celebrate. And, this could even be like a family reunion as well. But no matter what this occasion is, it's definitely one that is of happiness. But it seems like overall you guys are really focused on your overall happiness, whether that's at home, or in regards to prosperity, your finances, your home life, your personal life, all of the above. So I think the overall focus is on your general well-being and happiness, prosperity. Okay, so it is clarified by the Chariot. So this is a very, very good card. This is a card where I always refer to it as victory through adversity, because we always have challenges thrown at us when we're trying to achieve a goal. And, this is about persevering, and not letting anything stop you from achieving what you want. So to me, this definitely seems like you guys are definitely fired up and you're going for it in regards to whatever it may be that you want to accomplish. So you're definitely setting forth. And, this is also a card of good health. It's also a card of protection from enemies and adversaries. So it's a very, very positive card. It's also literally a card about traveling as well. It can sometimes represent our vehicle. Okay, so here we have the circumstances. So we have the Chariot in reverse to start. So, first and foremost, this definitely would indicate that perhaps some of you have been pursuing a goal of yours, and for some of you, you might feel like the competition could just be too overwhelming. For some of you, this can be indicating potential ill health, like feeling physically or mentally exhausted. Sometimes we push ourselves beyond the brink, and so then, can depress our immune system, and then we can kind of suffer a little bit by wearing ourselves out literally. So I definitely wouldn't say it's anything crazy, but obviously use your own good judgment. Some of you may need to go see a doctor if it gets too bad, but not everybody's going to be ill. This can just be indicating for some of you that your energy, your stamina, your vitality could be pretty low. Now, also, a word of advice. This can definitely indicate that you definitely need to be having your vehicle looked at. If you have that extra money, I would definitely get your vehicle into the shop, just to have an overall checkup, some preventative maintenance, so to speak. Because under this particular energy here, it is very possible that our car could experience some difficulties and could potentially have a breakdown. For some, this will be a mechanical issue. For some, this could be around the tires, the suspension, but again, the chariot, it does represent vehicles for us and how we travel. So for some, and this is only going to be for a very, very few of you, this could indicate a potential car accident. So please don't take that energy on and assume that you're going to get into a car accident. All I'm going to say in regards to this is that you just need to be very, very careful. Try to not have a lead foot. Definitely do your best to pay attention, be a defensive driver. You need to watch out for all the other people. So, because that could actually potentially, prevent you from getting into an accident. If you wake up with a feeling like, I should go a different way today, trust your gut. Don't ever ignore your gut, okay? Because that could literally save you. Now, but for most of you here, I'm feeling that this is overall about us wearing ourselves out in regards to achieving and accomplishing this goal that you're going after. So, just because you've wore yourself out, this doesn't mean that it's impossible, okay? But you guys really need to take a break. You need to allow yourselves to take this mental break, this physical break, just take that break. I know some of you are at a point where you feel like you can't afford to take that break, but if you keep pushing yourself, this could actually develop into something worse, and I don't want that to happen for you guys. So, just take a day here and there, try your best to keep work and all the other things that are stressful, out of your mind, which, can be really hard, but, do your best, because just thinking about it is, it's mentally taxing. So you need to take this break, try to take a step back and look at things objectively. Sometimes if we can give ourselves that time to have a break, and then we can step back and look at things objectively, then we might be able to see, what we're missing or what we need to tweak in order to get this chariot to the upright position. So, this is like a delay in regards to achieving that victory. Okay, well, yeah, 5 of Swords in reverse. Alright, well, the upside here is at least there's no deceptions involved, but this would definitely indicate that somebody is trying to cause problems for you. This is also a card of being sneaky, so if you're not being sneaky, you definitely need to take a look around to see who is. And the one thing I find kind of weird is the chariot in reverse can indicate potential enemies or adversaries. And when it's in the reverse, it can be like them getting the upper hand on you. And this is someone who wants to start a problem for you. I say, you know what? Don't let them phase you. As hard as that may be, let it roll right off of your back, okay? Because don't give them that power over you. They don't deserve it, you know? You know, this could also be gossip. So, if someone is gossiping about you, the moment that you hear it, you need to address it. You need to clear it up. You need to set things straight. You don't have to sit there and keep banging the same drum, so to speak, but, you know, you need to say your piece, your truth, and then let it go. You know, those who believe you, great. Those who don't believe you, let them kick rocks. You know, there's no point in sitting there trying to prove your point until you're blue in the face. Because some people will just dig their heels in and just refuse to believe you even more. So, you know, don't worry about those people. Now, for some of you, this can indicate that there could be some legality type of issues. So, some of you could be facing some legal issues and or like a lawsuit. Sometimes this can be a card of we win, but it's still like an empty victory. It's like not the victory that we wanted, so to speak. But yeah, it's a little too soon to go that far. But I'm just saying that, you know, there is a legal aspect to this card. So I have to mention it because it is going to resonate with a few of you. So now, this could also indicate that there is just a very difficult emotional situation that is taking place in your life right now. And it could be pretty upsetting. And it could be literally causing you to feel even more drained, even more stressed out. You know, this is some tough energy. Very, very tough energy. Y'all need to get some rest, okay? I know that the Sagittarius and rest doesn't really go together, but you guys really do need it, though. You know, I know y'all are almost superhuman, but, you know, you really are still human, so you gotta take a break from time to time. Okay, so this would be our focus. So we have the Eight of Swords. This is a card of where we are literally being imprisoned by our fears. It's like we create a prison out of our fears. And so we completely feel restricted by the overwhelming amount of fear that is in our mind. But it's really an illusion, guys. It's really an illusion. Because, you know, she's blindfolded. She looks like she's got her hands behind her back. But, you know, she's really not tied up. It just it appears that way. It's an illusion. It appears that way. She has put herself here, okay? She put that blindfold on her face. She's put herself in that position. She could easily stand up and walk right in between those swords and come out of there. But she's allowed the fear to take over, and it's restricting her. So she feels like, okay, I'm just stuck here. Well, no, you don't have to be stuck there, okay? And it's quite natural when, you know, dealing with the unknown and what's going to happen, you know, which way am I going? You know, sometimes, especially in new situations, it can be normal for some fear to creep in. But, you know, this is too much fear. This is the type of fear we got to get rid of stat, because this is kind of like a card where it's like we have to make a decision, but we're so full of fear, and fear is literally driving our every thought, that we can't seem to make a decision about anything. So it's really time to take your power back away from this fear. I mean, whew, you guys have got to do whatever you can to get rid of this fear. It's an illusion, guys. Now, a quick word real quick, some of you may be feeling a bit peculiar, a bit off, maybe you can't pinpoint it. Maybe some of you have even went to a doctor and you still don't know what's wrong. Well, we've got 6 planets in retrograde. So if you don't have a lot of retrogrades in your natal chart, you might be feeling a little off. And you just can't quite pinpoint it. If you don't know where all your planets are and what your natal chart looks like, you can always go to astro.com and you can get a free chart from that website. And you also have the option to put in where you were born and the time you were born. If you know the time you were born, that's even better. If you don't know the time you're born, you can also scroll down under the time and just put in unknown. But at least you'll know where all your planets are and how many of them are retrograde. Okay. Now, Neptune recently went retrograde here. And I'm bringing this up because Neptune is in retrograde. It's about to start snatching the veil off of people's eyes, okay? And we're going to be able to finally see certain people, certain situations for exactly what they are. It's kind of like a bit of a hardcore reality check, a wake-up call. It's very sobering experience, so to speak. But hey, at least we get to find out who's real and who's not, and what's been an illusion, and like who is true to us. So, we will get to see, and I think this is part of the fear for you guys. But this is why I'm bringing it up, because do not worry, you're gonna find out. It will be revealed to you, and you won't have a reason to be all super fearful anymore. So you will be able to see things as they really are. For some people, this has been happening like super quick. Some people, it's gonna take, a couple of weeks, a couple of months. But it's gonna happen. And I'm actually seeing a lot of it in everybody's readings this month, so plus we have eclipses coming, 2 of them this month, so okay. So yes, we have to get rid of the fear, guys. We have to. I feel like, if you need to do a freaking exorcism on yourself, exorcise that fear right up out of your mind. Come on. You have to do everything you can to try to focus on what is good. This could potentially help. Let's focus our mind on everything that's good, everything that's positive, instead of fearing the outcome of everything. I want you to start planting seeds of what you expect to happen that is positive, okay? So start planting those good seeds, the positive seeds. Don't be afraid to make a choice, okay? Okay, so it is clarified by the 5 of Cups in reverse. So I'm going to say right off the bat, you cannot be afraid to develop new ideas or new plans, okay? Because I feel like the majority of you, this is where this fear is coming into play. Is you're trying to figure out which way you should go. Should I make these plans? Should I make these plans? Should I just stick with this? I feel like that's where most of this fear is coming from. And you can't allow that fear to rule you. Don't be afraid to take that step, to go ahead and do it. Have faith right now. I mean, this is the most important thing, is you got to have faith. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to know that no matter what happens, whatever comes your way, you can handle it. You're strong. You can do this. You can do this. You're going to be fine. Now, for a few of you, you know, this is a card of loss and disappointment when it's in the upright position. So now that it's in the reverse, it shows that we are healing from going through a loss and a disappointment. Our hope is returning to us. Our confidence is returning to us. It's also a card where we could potentially make new friends. It's also a card where sometimes old acquaintances reappear in our life. You know, but overall it's, you know, just about getting back to your old self and you know, summoning the courage to rise above everything that you've been through. But don't let this fear get in the way. You need to rise above that fear, okay? Because that fear is an illusion, okay? Remember what I always say about fear? It wants to keep you on the, you know, whole proverbial hamster wheel. We're running, but we're making it absolutely nowhere. And fear wants to paralyze you. Do not give the darkness what it wants, okay? Don't give it. I mean, to each his own. If you want to, you know, I can't stop you. We all have free will. But I'm just saying, I would not let the darkness have that power over me. Find that courage. Do not be afraid to make those new plans. You know, take that chance. Go after it. Don't worry about the fear. But I don't want you guys creating self-fulfilling prophecies either. But I just feel like fear is really working you guys over. And you can't let it have its way, okay? It's an illusion. You're not really trapped. You're not really that stuck. The fear wants you to think that you are. But you're not. Okay? You're not really as stuck as the fear wants you to think you are. Fear will, it'll throw so many scenarios at you. Oh, it's just, it's nasty. Don't let it have that power over you guys. Okay, so this would be your recent past. So here we have the Six of Coins. This is a very good card. This is a card of a bonus. This is a card of receiving some unexpected money. You know, this is a card of generosity. Sometimes this is where, you know, people are generous. They help us out when we need it. You know, whether it's by a loan or by, you know, simply giving us a gift, you know, of money, or even, you know, a material item. But it's definitely a card of money coming in. So it's very positive. And then it's clarified by the Ace of Swords in the reversed position. So with the Ace of Swords in reverse, this is definitely where we push too much to gain an end, so to speak. Anytime I see this card in reverse, this is like, you know, stop. Don't push. Because if you push any more, you're going to attract more opposition, more problems, more dramas. You know, that's not the energy we want. But it's in your past, so we're going to move forward. Okay, so this would be your near future. So we have the Nine of Wands. This is actually our Moon in Sagittarius card. So this is a card where we are definitely prepared to handle any hostilities, any adversity that comes our way. You are willing to defend yourself, your beliefs, your values, your friends, your family, whatever it may be, your beliefs, whatever it is, you are prepared to defend yourself. I mean, if you look, he's already got that wound on his head. So, does he look afraid at all to you? Because he don't look afraid to me. He's like, yeah, so what? I got a bit of a bleeding wound on my head, but it's not going to stop me from defending what I love and what I believe. So he is standing strong. So this could be taken as a bit of a defensive type of mode where you might be coming across a bit defensive, but hey, I'm going to say most of you got very good reason to be feeling that way. But this card is also about you have that inner strength to make it through all of this. You do. It's on your side. Whether you realize it or not, you have the strength to make it through. You can handle anything that's thrown at you. You've dealt with many battles in life, and you know, this is just simply showing that you can make it through more because you have that inner strength and you have the stamina. Ooh, looky there. Alright, so we clarified and we have the Knight of Wands. So this is a card of changes. So the Knight of Wands comes in and they bring us changes, opportunities. No matter what these changes are, they are absolutely positive. They're always for the better. You know, sometimes this can be a change of residence. Sometimes this can be, you know, going traveling. Sometimes there can be an element of it's coming out of the blue, like you're blindsided, like you didn't see that coming, but you know, all of a sudden, boom, there's a good opportunity that, you know, is being presented to you. So it definitely looks like there is opportunities and positive changes that are coming your way. And perhaps maybe you're like, hey, I'm going to protect these opportunities. So all you other people that want at them, step back. They're mine. But hey, that's really, really positive because, like I said, any changes represented under this energy of the Knight of Wands, these changes will be for the absolute best. Some of you may move, some of you may get a job offer, some of you might get a job offer where you have to move, some of you, you know, might go traveling, some of you might go, you know, out on a journey, you know, some of you just may go adventuring, you know, but this can play out in so many different ways, but just know that no matter how it comes, it is a positive change. It's a positive opportunity. So don't be afraid to accept it and to go with it because it's going to be good and positive. Okay, so here's your near future. So here we have the World. This is like one of the greatest cards you could ever get. So this is definitely a card of self-fulfillment, self-actualization. It's a card of achieving success, accomplishment, you know, whatever you desire. You know, this is like a green light, go for it, you know, because under this energy it's like, you know, we've done so much work, you know, we deserve it, you know, so don't be afraid because success can be yours. You know, so this is very, very positive. And then it is clarified by the star in reverse. So, okay, so normally I would never say this, but you know, Spirit is telling me that for a few of you, this could be indicating that you may have to travel to go help someone that could potentially be ill right now. So some of you might travel in connection to going and helping someone because their health is not good. For most, this could be, you know, something, you know, physically really bad, or something that could be a mental or anxiety condition. Yeah. Now the World card also represents travel, so for some of you, this may be indicating your desire to go traveling. Now, with the star in reverse in general, okay, this is a card of where we might be feeling a bit hopeless. We might be lacking faith, you know, that we're going to get what we want. This is the card where we need to have unshakable faith, guys. You have to believe with every fiber of your being that you will achieve what you want, that success will come to you, that you will be successful. Now, for some of you, this card could be pointing towards creative talents and abilities that you might have that are either hidden, or for some of you, you're very aware of these abilities. Perhaps maybe you had them as a young child, maybe you had them as a teenager, and maybe you just never did anything with them. Well, with this particular combination, the world is saying you need to do something with them, because this could equal success for you. Don't be afraid to develop those talents and abilities and let them flourish, okay? Because they could actually bring you success in the long run. Now, for some of you, this card could definitely be pointing towards some depression type issues, anxiety issues, and maybe even some physical issues. So that's going to resonate with a few of you, because, I mean, we do have two cards that can indicate, you know, that there could be some potential illness that could, it's temporary, okay? So again, you know, some of you definitely may want to see the appropriate medical professionals if you are experiencing those types of health problems. For some of you, this could just simply be indicating that perhaps maybe you might be a little depressed and anxious about your future and about where you're going and about your current situation. Maybe you just need somebody that you can trust, that you can talk to, so that you can, you know, vent it out. And you never know, you might be able to get some good advice from someone, you know, but definitely talk to somebody that you trust. Because I don't want you guys feeling like it's hopeless, because it's not hopeless. You can succeed. I mean, you've got the world here. This tells me you can absolutely succeed. But I don't want that fear feeding in and telling you, no, you need to be hopeless. You need to think it's never going to happen. That fear wants to rob you of any faith. Don't let it happen. Have unshakable faith, okay? You need to believe. You need to know that you're being looked after by whomever you believe in or whatever you believe in. If you're atheist, then believe in yourself. I want all of you to believe in yourself regardless of what you believe in, okay? Believe in yourself and know that you will be successful. You will get this success. You will accomplish this goal, whatever it is for you that this is indicating. You do not need to be feeling hopeless. I don't want you guys being depressed and anxious. Okay? Whew. Some heavy energy, but I'm telling you, you know, this is very positive. It's just, I feel like that fear just keeps trying to pull you guys back. But anytime I see this star card in reverse, then I know that you guys got talents, skills, abilities, and you're not utilizing them. For some of you, they could be hidden. For some of you, you know exactly what they are. Don't be afraid to use them. Who cares if people will accept you or not? We can't be caring what others think, because if we cared about what everybody thinks, we'll never be happy ourselves. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean. That's something I normally don't have to say to Sagittarius, but I just feel that some of you guys are just so down that you just need to be reminded. You'll find that optimism again. It's coming around. Okay, here's the Hanged Man. Now this keeps popping up, and like I said, you know, this card's ruled by Neptune, so I already gave you the Neptune in retrograde talk. The veil's gonna get snatched off our eyes, okay? And those situations that we might have thought that were great for us, you know, certain people that we thought were really good for us, you know, veil's going to be snatched from our eyes, and we're going to see things very, very clearly. So the Hanged Man here is about surrendering, letting go. He is being shown a different direction, a new direction to go in. Okay? And so he is willing to surrender and give in to allow this new direction to be opened up to him. Now the Hanged Man is about, sometimes potentially we make sacrifices that we normally wouldn't have made before, but we just desire something with higher purpose, higher meaning. This is a card of where we literally have spiritual breakthroughs. This is also a card where we have literally changed consciousness. Okay, so it's like a transformation of sorts. And it's like a huge change takes place within, on the inside of you. And you got to be true to yourself. You know, follow this. You know, this can be like a present moment of stasis, but you can't stay here, okay? So you might feel like you're suspended momentarily, but you cannot stay in this state. So at some point, you're going to come off this cross, so to speak, and come to life and go forward in your new direction. Okay, so it is clarified by the Three of Cups in reverse. So this is the card I automatically associate with overindulgence, overdoing a good thing or a good time. So for some of you, this could definitely be a call to slow down with alcohol consumption. There are many things that that we can overindulge in that are not good for us. So if you know that you have been overindulging in something that's not good for you, or overdoing something, or overdoing a good time in general, this would be the time to pull the reins in on that. Okay. Now, oddly enough, gossip can come up with this card. And since this is falling under your attitude, this tells me that the gossip could be coming from you. It's not always necessarily gossip. It can be gossip, or it can be where we speak without thinking. And sometimes it can be, maybe we're intoxicated, liquid courage, and we might say something that we normally wouldn't have said it exactly the way that it ends up coming out, and then it ends up hurting someone that we didn't want to hurt. So, yeah, we have to be careful of those types of situations. This is also a card of you just might end up having to apologize to somebody. If you know you did something wrong, take your personal accountability in the situation, own it, and just apologize, Unless you meant every word of it, then, then move forward. But for some of you, this is definitely going to be someone that you didn't want to hurt like that, but, things just happened. So, yeah. You definitely want to apologize so that a reconciliation can be possible. Sometimes this can be like we're at a party. We're out, at an event. We're having a good time with friends. And maybe we just start saying some things we don't necessarily mean. Or maybe we do mean them, but maybe we say them in such a way that it comes off even worse. So, do what you feel is best. Every Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising is different, so you're all on your own journey, and you'll know what that means for you. Okay, so this is how other people look at you. So, here we are, Five of Cups again. We had Five of Cups in reverse up here, and now we have it down here where how other people look at you. So this is definitely representing a loss of some kind. This could be of someone that you love. For some of you, this could be about someone that you have literally lost. Maybe they passed. If that is it, then my deepest condolences. I feel like that's only going to resonate with a very small handful of you guys. For the rest of you, this is where we are going through a loss of some kind. Maybe we lose someone we're attached to. Maybe, we had some friendships. Maybe we end up losing a friend or some friends. Maybe this could be a spouse, a significant other. Maybe this could be just about anything. Sometimes this can represent, physical and material items as well. But a lot of times it has to do with love. So whatever it is that's lost, it's something that you love or had love for. And you just need to realize that no matter what or who it was, this is a time to, actually grieve that loss. But you need to realize that things are going to get better. You will have a renewed interest in love, whatever it is for you. Your interest will be renewed. Your confidence will be renewed. But for now, it's kind of like a period where you're just grieving. over the loss. Okay, so this tells me the losses of money or a job. So, finances. I feel like for most of you, this is going to be a loss and a disappointment in regards to finances, whether this is a job, an investment, or whatever it may be. For a very few of you who this is relationship related to, this could be indicating that you might have lost a particular relationship, and within that relationship things were not equal. It's like one person was doing all the financial things and the other person was just simply benefiting. Yeah. So it can be like a drain on finances. But I'm feeling that for most of you guys, that this is simply a loss and disappointment in regards to, finances or job opportunities, financial projects, maybe even some financial investments. Yeah. Okay, so this would be the hopes and fears position. So 8 of coins, I'm going to automatically coin as a hope because this is a card of practice makes perfect. This is a card of having great skill and ability, and this skill and ability that you have brings you money. It brings you recognition. It brings you that profit. It can also bring you that stable career as well. And I feel that for some of you, that's what you're striving for. This is what you're hoping for. And then we clarify, and we have the 6 of Swords in the reverse position. So this is like a loss that we experience. This is like a family that experiences a loss. This could be something that goes wrong in the family. This could be something that is job related, where one of the people or both of the people lose their job, or maybe there's a demotion of some sort. Maybe someone gets laid off. I'm feeling this is more of a financial nature for most, but it's like we go through a loss of some sort, and it's like instead of leaving the situation and finding our peace on the other side and making peace with the situation, it's like there's a refusal to move forward. It's like, well, I can't move forward because of this. So again, I feel that this is more like subconscious fear, yet again, at play, trying to tell you, well, you can't move out of this situation yet. Yes, you can. Don't listen. Yes, you can. This is something that can be done within the mind, and this is something that needs to occur. You need to go find that peace on the other side of the water, on the other shore, so to speak, okay? You can find peace. You don't have to live in a state of fear. Don't let the fear lie to you, though. And don't lie to yourself, most of all. Don't lie to yourself and make yourself think that you're stuck in a situation that you're not really stuck in, okay? Yeah. Okay, so this would be the final outcome card. So we have the 10 of Wands. So this is first and foremost a completing card. So this is a cycle that is being completed. So this is a card where we are dealing with some heavy, oppressive burdens. These burdens can be very oppressive, mentally, physically. It's like we have too many irons in the fire. It's like we're trying to take on too much responsibility. It's excessive responsibilities, excessive commitments. We're just taking on too much. This is too much for any person to bear for very long. So it's like you can try to carry this load, but you're not going to do it for very long because, like I said, y'all are almost superhuman, but not quite, okay? So you can't carry this load like that for very long. You know, and sometimes with this card, this can be like, you know, a family member or a friend needing help. But you need to be careful that they don't try to unload their burdens on you, okay? And you also need to be careful that when you finally decide to throw these burdens down, because you're going to keep some of them, obviously, but there's going to be some that you decide to throw down. You just need to make sure that these burdens and responsibilities that you decide to throw down, find closure for this. You know, don't push them off onto somebody else, okay? Otherwise we could get some bad karma for that, and we don't want that, okay? So, you know, just make sure that you bring closure to these responsibilities and these burdens that you decide to drop, especially the ones that belong to somebody else that you've been carrying around. Don't be afraid to literally say, nope, I can't do it, because this is a card where it's kind of like a wake-up call, like, yo, you need to focus on yourself, because you got to prioritize, you know? Are you going to let everything slip away from you because you were simply trying to help somebody else? Now, for some of you, this could just be, you know, you, but I feel like for some of you, this is you trying to help. Maybe like a family member or a friend, or but you're not going to be able to do it forever, okay? And nor would you want to. Okay, so it is clarified by the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands brings us good news. Especially good news in regards to like jobs. So for some of you who are looking to find employment, this is very positive. This could be news coming in of, you know, you got an interview, you got the job. So this is very, very positive. Extremely positive. The Page of Wands is also a card that has a lot of passion. It's also a card where we're given that extra courage to do what we need to do. And some of you might need a little bit of courage to drop some of these wands. But ultimately, it does look like some opportunities are coming in. You know, these opportunities could be around education. These opportunities could be around creative type of projects, endeavors. This could also be, you know, finances as well. So, yeah. But the page, thankfully, it's upright, so the news that comes in is positive, good news. But like I said, I feel like this page here is helping to give you guys courage, ultimately, to do the very things that you need to do and to find your success. Okay. So for the bottom of the deck, we have Two of Cups in the reversed position. So this would definitely seem like, typically this is a card that has to do with love, but you know, it can also be about friendships, even business partnerships. This can also be about relationships with our family members. It would be relationships with people that we care deeply about, that we love, or we have a very special connection, bond with. So when we have the Two of Cups in reverse, it's like emotions are running away from us here. And it's like there's no balance anymore within this particular partnership, friendship, relationship, whatever it may be. And, you know, this can allow disagreements and misunderstandings to potentially occur under this type of energy. And they can be solved, okay? But it's going to take somebody to be the one that's going to be the bigger person to reach out and attempt to, you know, fix the situation. And that's if, say, if you want to fix the situation. Some situations should be let go of. Some, you know, should be mended. But, you know, to each his own. And only you know what's best for you, and if this particular relationship is one that is good for you or if it's toxic for you. Only you know that. So, you know, sometimes this can indicate that, you know, one of you may be extremely stubborn and just unwilling to give assistance. You know, there's a very strong need to communicate with this other person, but it's like communication is just not happening. And that's why I say somebody's got to be the bigger person and initiate this communication, so to speak. You know, sometimes this can even indicate, you know, possessiveness, even jealousy. And hey, this can even happen in friendships too, you guys. So it's not like it's just pertain to just romantic relationships. You know, I've seen this happen in friendships so many times as well. In business partnerships. So, you know, basically what you really need is to communicate so that we can have understanding or a new perspective, you know, to get things back together or not, you know. Like I said, it's totally up to you guys. So, to clarify, we have the King of Coins. So, this could be the person that you might be having this conflict or these issues with. Now, the King of Coins, first and foremost, this could represent someone that is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or just someone that has those overall qualities. This is the type of and they could be male or female. Just want to clarify that, make that clear. Now, this is the type of person that is very entrepreneurial. This king, he really knows how to make money. He knows not only how to make money, but how to make wealth. And this is the type of person that's got no problem in giving you advice and trying to show you the way and, you know, and how to do it. You know, this can be someone who is perhaps maybe a real estate agent, a broker, a veterinarian, you know, any type of business-oriented job where a lot of money can be made. You know, entrepreneurial type of things, business owners, people that that are definitely within management, because the King of Coins is very much a leader. But this is definitely someone who is very focused on their finances and gaining, and typically they don't mind teaching. So perhaps for some of you, this is who you might be in conflict with, or, you know, not seeing eye to eye with. Yeah. Okay, so I do have some love oracle cards real quick. We're also going to do the positive affirmation cards as well. So these are for the Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs that are single. Wedding, this situation involves marriage. So don't freak out, Sagittarius. This could be pointing towards, number one, you might receive an invitation to a wedding. This could be a friend, a family member, you know, a co-worker, even an acquaintance's wedding. You might receive an invitation to a wedding. Now, this could also be indicating that perhaps maybe your parents or someone else that you would care a great deal about in your life, they could potentially be experiencing issues within their own marriage. They could either be seeking out counseling, or they may end up getting a divorce. So that'll resonate with some of you. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Now, this is typically about us repeating patterns, and we've basically learned these patterns from our own parents and from the relationship or marriage that they had. And sometimes we can attract similar type of people. You know, like for women, you might attract, you know, someone who's similar to your father. For men, you might attract someone that's similar to your mother. Or we could just be attracting the same type of relationship experience that our parents had. And it's like it can become a pattern within our own life, where it's like we end up with someone else, and it's like the same situation over and over that just keeps repeating, but it's with different people. And so this kind of makes us want to be like, you know, I think I'm good on relationships right now. And this is basically just saying, hey, you've got some inner work to do, because ultimately we need to forgive or release, you know, these toxic feelings in regards to our own relationship patterns, maybe the relationship pattern of our parents. Sometimes, you know, this can come up if we've been hurt in a relationship. You know, maybe if we've been hurt a few times, then sometimes, you know, we can just begin to not trust people and not want to let people in. And so this is definitely about, you know, we need to do some inner work, because we really need to, first and foremost, forgive ourselves and, you know, forgive the other people so that we can clear our energy and move forward. Now, I can already hear some of you like, yeah, some of these people don't deserve to be forgiven. Well, know this. The forgiveness part is not so much for them. It's more for us, so that we can release ourselves of those toxic feelings and those toxic emotions. We forgive so that we can move forward, so we can let it go, and so we can heal. And when we let this go and we heal, then we will find that that pattern stops and we won't attract those type of people to us again. Okay, so that's going to resonate with some of you. Okay, yeah, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So this is, to me, is kind of similar to the Eight of Swords. You know, it's really an illusion. Like this unicorn, they got this unicorn in the middle of a fence. This unicorn could stand right up and jump over that fence, but instead, it's just staying there. Like it's trapped. But really, it's not. You know, this unicorn, he can free himself at any given moment, but he's got to want to do it. And so for us, this can definitely indicate that perhaps maybe we're just dealing with so many things. Maybe things are very chaotic. Maybe we feel smothered in certain situations. Maybe it's a financial situation. Maybe it's, you know, our work, our career, you know. Maybe dealing with our family or friends, whatever it may be. We might be feeling a bit smothered. And we need to free ourselves of that energy. Especially if it's affecting us like that, you know. We don't want anything to affect us negatively where it attracts more drama and more opposition in situations like that to us. You know, we need to free ourselves of self-limiting beliefs as well. And I feel like there's a very close connection from free yourself to forgiving and learning. I think those are both very, very closely connected. And actually looking at all three of them, I feel like they're very connected. But not everybody's going to resonate with all three of those. So, okay, these are for the Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs that are in a relationship or married. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, so some of you could be battling perhaps maybe some addictions, and these could very much be weighing very heavily on your relationship or your marriage. Because, you know, typically, you know, because I normally would not associate Sagittarius as being codependent, you know. Sagittarius is very free, you know. They love to go adventure. They're not the type of people that want to stay glued to somebody all the time. But, you know, we all have a different chart set up, so there are some that could be a little codependent, and we don't want to smother our significant other or spouse, because this can definitely cause more issues as well. Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. This is pretty straightforward and to the point. Just have faith and trust that everything's going to work out. Some of you may be questioning, should I trust? I'm not sure. Well, have faith. That's my advice. Okay. Wow. So, new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So, okay, for the ones who are in relationships, and especially those who are married, this is where, you know, that person can come in that really makes us consider having an affair or an extramarital affair. Now, my best advice here is, you know, if the current relationship or marriage that you're in, if it's experiencing that many problems, if you want to be with somebody else, why not just end the marriage or the relationship? Because under this type of energy, this could very much produce an extramarital affair, which in the moment might sound great, but the guilt that will follow, yeah, that could be a hard one to deal with. So this is why I say, if you might just want to deal with your relationship, either try to fix your relationship or end it. Because if someone else is catching your eye and you got that wandering eye and you're allowing yourself to fall right into that, then something's very wrong within the relationship that you have now. I'm not saying it can't be fixed, but you certainly don't want to cheat, because that could blow it up for some people. I mean, because trust is something that, for me, once my trust is gone, it's done. It's a wrap. But everybody's different. Some people can get over it and keep giving chance after chance, but everybody's different. Okay, and the last one is it safe for you to love? Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So I feel like this is mostly with those who are in relationships that are somewhat new. And maybe you're wondering, should I open up? Should I truly allow myself to love this person? Because are they going to hurt me? It's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. So, I feel like that's one of our bigger reasons for being here on earth is, ultimately we're here, we're all learning, but love is the number one, at least for me. I'm not saying we all need to be in relationships. We should all be loving each other. I long for the day where everyone can just get along and just love each other regardless of our differences. Okay, I'll shut up now. Okay, so for our first affirmation, we have the Page of Earth, which would also be the same as the Page of Pentacles. Commitment to prosperity. First signs of tangible success. Undeniable evidence that hard work will pay off. Dreams grounded in reality. Start of a new project. Everything starts with a plan, and I am beginning to see results generate prosperity. I am a doer, and I get to make my own decisions. I have the ability to attract what I need. And yes, you very much can attract what you need. So the next one is love. Isn't that a beautiful card? Huge lion, but I love it. Love, oneness. In all of life, there is only the illusion of separation. In fact, we are all reflections of one another. When I make choices, I tend to see things as either or. What if every choice I make is about an experience, a sharing, and an exploring? When I choose to see the unity in all things, magic abounds. Love is all around me. Spirit loves me unconditionally, and I can give and receive abundant love. Wow, my Siri literally popped on. Okay, so the next card is Three of Air. Now this one definitely has a lot to do with rejection. Silver linings, natural departures. Rejection is God's protection. A third party helps me to see the truth of this situation. What is truly mine can never be withheld from me. Rejection is Spirit's protection. It's in my best interest to let go and allow for something better to take its place. It is my highest good to see the truth, regardless of my temporary discomfort. This too shall pass. And that is very, very true. Rejection is Spirit's protection. Although we don't view it like that, but it really is. We're actually being protected from something far worse. Six of Earth. This is a very good card. Unexpected resources, happy surprises, and generosity. Six of Earth is actually the Six of Coins. What I have sent forth in love comes back to me many times over. As the generosity of others becomes apparent and unexpected resources shows up. The universe is exhibiting its generosity, reminding me that the world is full of pleasant surprises. Inside the pretty package is tangible aid, a gift from Spirit. Just when I was beginning to doubt, I am reminded of the treasures I am entitled to receive that show up at my door. What will I unwrap today? So that sounds very good and positive. So it sounds like money's going to be coming in. Okay. I hope this helps. I love you guys, and I'm sending you blessings of healing, prosperity, and love.